Today we're going to be reading an excerpt from the novel Travels with Charlie in Search of America by John Steinbeck. I must confess to a laxness in the matter of national parks. I haven't visited many of them. Perhaps this is because they enclose the unique, the spectacular, the astounding, the greatest waterfall, the deepest canyon, the highest cliff, the most stupendous works of man or nature. And I would rather see a good Brady photograph than Mount Rushmore, for it is my opinion that we enclose and celebrate the freaks of our nation and of our civilization. Yellowstone National Park is no more representative of America than is Disneyland. This being my natural attitude, I don't know what made me turn sharply south and cross a state line to take a look at Yellowstone. Perhaps it was a fear of my neighbors. I could hear them say, "You mean you were that near to Yellowstone and didn't go? You must be crazy." Again, it might have been the American tendency in travel. One goes not so much to see, but to tell afterward. Whatever my purpose in going to Yellowstone, I'm glad I went, because I discovered something about Charlie I might never have known. A pleasant-looking national park man checked me in, and then he said, "How about that dog? They aren't permitted in except on leash." "Why?" I asked. "'Cause of the bears." "Sir," I said, "this is a unique dog. He does not live by tooth or fang. He respects the right of cats to be cats, although he doesn't admire them. He turns his steps rather than disturb an earnest caterpillar. His greatest fear is that someone will point out a rabbit and suggest that he chase it. This is a dog of peace and tranquility. I suggest that the greatest danger to your bears will be pique at being ignored by Charlie." The young man laughed. "I wasn't so much worried about the bears," he said, "but our bears had developed intolerance for dogs. One of them might demonstrate his prejudice with a clip on the chin, and then no dog. I'll lock him in the back, sir. I promise you Charlie will cause no ripple in the bear world, and as an old bear looker, neither will I." "I just have to warn you," he said. "I have no doubt your dog has the best of intentions. On the other hand, our bears have the worst. Don't leave food about. Not only do they steal, but they are critical of anyone who tries to reform them. In a word, don't believe their sweet faces, or you might get clobbered. And don't let the dog wander. Bears don't argue." We went on our way into the wonderland of nature gone nuts, and you will have to believe what happened. The only way I can prove it would be to get a bear. Less than a mile from the entrance I saw a bear beside the road, and it ambled out as though to flag me down. Instantly a change came over Charlie. He shrieked with rage. His lips flared, showing wicked teeth that have had some trouble with the dog biscuit. He screeched insults at the bear, which hearing, the bear reared up and seemed to me to overtop Rocinante. Frantically I rolled the windows shut and swinging quickly to the left, grazed the animal, then scuttled on while Charlie raved and ranted beside me, describing in detail what he would do to that bear if he could get at him. I was never so astonished in my life. To the best of my knowledge, Charlie had never seen a bear, and in his whole history had showed great tolerance for every living thing. Besides all this, Charlie is a coward, so deep-seated a coward that he has developed a technique for concealing it. And yet he showed every evidence of wanting to get out and murder a bear that outweighed him 1,000 to 1. I don't understand it. A little further along, 2 bears showed up, and the effect was doubled. Charlie became a maniac. He leaped all over me. He cursed and growled, snarled and screamed. I didn't know he had the ability to snarl. Where did he learn it? Bears were in good supply, and the road became a nightmare. For the first time in his life, Charlie resisted reason, even resisted a cuff on the ear. He became a primitive killer, lusting for the blood of his enemy, and up to this moment he had no enemies. In a bearless stretch I opened the cab, took Charlie by the collar, and locked him in the house. But that did no good. When we passed other bears, he leaped on the table and scratched at the windows trying to get out at them. I could hear canned goods crashing as he struggled in his mania. Bears simply brought out the hide in my Jekyll-headed dog. What could have caused it? Was it a pre-breed memory of a time when the wolf was in him? I know him well. Once in a while he tries a bluff, but it is a palpable lie. I swear that this was no lie. I am certain that if he were released, he would have charged every bear we passed and found victory or death. It was too nerve-wracking. A shocking spectacle like seeing an old calm friend go insane. No amount of natural wonders, of rigid cliffs and belching waters, of smoking springs could even engage my attention while that pandemonium went on. After about the 5th encounter I gave up, turned Rocinante about, and retraced my way. If I had stopped the night and bears gathered to my cooking, I dare not think what would have happened. At the gate the park guard checked me out. "You didn't stay long. Where's the dog?" "Locked up back there, and I owe you an apology. That dog has the heart and soul of a bear killer, and I didn't know it. Heretofore he has been a little tender-hearted toward an underdone steak." "Yeah," he said, "that happens sometimes. That's why I warned you. A bear dog would know his chances, but I've seen a Pomeranian go up like a puff of smoke. You know, a well-favored bear can bat a dog like a tennis ball. I moved fast back the way I had come, and I was reluctant to camp for fear there might be some unofficial non-government bears about. That night I spent in a pretty auto court near Livingston. I had my dinner in a restaurant, and when I had settled in with a drink in a comfortable chair, and my bathed bare feet on the carpet with red roses, I inspected Charlie. He was dazed. His eyes held a faraway look, and he was totally exhausted, emotionally no doubt. Mostly he reminded me of a man coming out of a long, hard drunk, worn out, depleted, and collapsed. He couldn't eat his dinner, he refused the evening walk, and once we were in he collapsed on the floor and went to sleep. In the night I heard him whining and yapping, and when I turned on the light his feet were making running gestures and his body jerked and his eyes were wide open. But it was only a night bear. I awakened him and gave him some water. This time he went to sleep but didn't stir all night. In the morning he was still tired. I wonder why we think the thoughts and emotions of animals are simple.